is Ganesha. Hope you're all doing well. So in the last video I talked about my CVT experience, my entire journey of giving the exam and all the last minute tips that I had for everyone who's appearing for CVT this year. And furthering that conversation, I have someone very special with me today on my channel who's going to talk about her CVT experience and all the tips that she has for you guys. This is Srcc, one of my first and bestest friends at Srcc. And we can start with you introducing yourself.
So hi guys, I am Srcc. I am a first year economics honours student from Srcc. I have a humanities background. The subjects I have were sociology, psychology, maths, economics and English. And I scored 764 in CUET. My scores were 200 in economics, sociology and psychology. And I had 171 in maths and 192 in English.
So I think we can start with your entire CVT journey, right from the start till the end. As much as I know, you weren't even going to give the exam and you just filled the form because you got in Ashoka and you did not want to come to DU. So how was it? What changed your mind and how did you actually give up the exam?
Yeah, so to start off, when I filled the form, I was 100% sure I'm not going to give the exam because DU was not even a backup, it was not an option for me. I wanted to go to Ashoka and I got into it, so that was basically it for me. As to why I filled the form, it was just for the sake of filling it because, well, what harm could it do? So I filled the form. As for when I decided to give the exam, it was very close to the actual dates of the commencement because for me, the exams, my board exams ended like a month before the starting of the CUET. So I really did not have to prepare a lot for it because there wasn't a lot of time to prepare in the first year.
Just for clarification, in our time CUET extended for like I feel 2 months. It started with 16 July and it ended up in August. Thankfully I had both my papers in August, so I got a lot of time to prepare. But a lot of students just got the notification a week before?
Yeah, some 5 days I guess.
5 days before that they have their exam.
Yeah.
You can imagine what kind of panic that creates. And you had your exam on?
I had my exams on 16th
July.
And that too economics, maths and English. Not psychology or sociology. Those I had in August. So well I had time. Anyway, so as I was saying, I did fill the form. I decided giving the exam at the very last moment. And well, that was it for me, I guess. As to when I decided to come here, that is a story for another day.
Yeah, for another video. You had your English, economics and mathematics paper on 16 July and you just had like 5 days to prepare for it. Right. So what was your last minute preparation strategy? What all did you cover and what was your experience of actually giving those papers?
Yeah, okay, so for the maths exam, as you've mentioned in your previous video as well, the exam was pretty tough and other than that, economics and English was pretty easy. For the preparation of the same, for English I did not really prepare a lot because the syllabus was pretty general and it was mostly just vocabulary and comprehension. Since we had an MCQ exam in term 1, we were pretty well versed with the concept of performing, of
objective type questions.
Of doing objective questions, and that is why it wasn't really much of a new thing that you need to prepare for. As for economics and maths, also worth mentioning, I had applied maths. So for me,
another video again, but
yeah, whether to take applied maths or not, whether it was a bad decision or not, anyway, let's just leave that for now. So for applied maths, I mostly just went through the formulas because we had a lot of them. We had financial maths, we had things that you could just read once and you really did not have to practice a lot, I guess. There certainly is a difference as to how you prepare for core maths and applied maths. That was it for me. Just going through the concepts once. Again, half of the syllabus was already prepared for an MCQ pattern. I focused on the other half of it and revising the first term syllabus once again since it had been what, like 4 months since we hadn't revised it.
Yeah. And for term 2, you just gave term 2, I think, a month ago.
So that too did not require a lot of preparation again.
And specifically for the maths exam, now we had a pretty tough paper in our time and it was a really shocker for everyone.
It was.
I don't think they're going to make it this tough this year, or at least I hope so. But in case anything happens, what was your strategy in the exam hall to give the maths paper? Because it was really lengthy also.
It definitely was. So what I did was, I definitely did not waste any of my time on the questions that I did not know. In our time, I don't know about this year, but we had the exam divided into two parts. The first part was core and applied mix, and the second was purely applied maths. For the mixed part, there were many questions that I feel were not a part of our syllabus. So I simply left them. So I would advise anyone not to waste your time on any question if you do not clearly know. Just leave that, because it is very different from a board exam. You have to manage your time in such a way that you actually end up completing the paper. For maths, more than getting every answer right, you need to know which answer to leave, what you want to, which one you should actually try, and which one you should not even waste your time thinking about it.
Because there's also negative marking, which we're not accustomed to at all in our board exams.
Especially when you have to leave 10 questions, deciding which 10 questions to leave, that is very important.
Now coming on to the other two subjects, you did not do the general test, did you?
No.
Good decision.
Yeah.
I wasted a lot of time giving the general test. Whatever. So sociology and psychology. Let's talk about that, since I also do not have any idea about those subjects. They are completely humanities domain. So yeah.
Okay, so for these subjects,
You had a month.
I had a month, and also I had just given my boards. It mostly was just revising NCERT ones. Reading through the chapters I gave in term 1, because term 2 was very recent to me. Other than that, I think you should definitely go for some mock tests, so that you just are familiar with the pattern of it all. Other than that, there is no extra book you need to refer to it. Exam was very easy. Although I did get a wrong question paper entirely. So I had my psychology and sociology
I love this story.
exam. Yeah, it is the best. So I had my psychology and sociology exam on the same day. I went to the center, I gave my psychology exam, and you select the next one, and the exact same question paper shows up on screen. The exact same. So what do? You obviously talk to the invigilators in the center, and they're like, okay, so maybe you're reading it wrong, maybe it's sociology only. Like, okay, I just gave this exact same paper right now, and this is not sociology. I know my subject at least that much. So I attempted it again. What else could I do? And then I wrote many emails and talked to the people at the center, some higher authorities. I got no response, obviously. And then after some 10-15 days, I finally got a correspondence from them, and they had rescheduled it. So I gave my sociology exam after 10 days, I guess.
Stuff like this happened a lot in our time. Also because it kept getting delayed, postponed, it was happening for the first time, no one had a clue what to do. And in situations like these, I feel, what I mentioned in my previous video also, maintaining your calm and being patient is the most important thing.
And the issues do get resolved. It's not like it's the end of the world. You get a wrong paper every once in a while, you get a wrong question. But then it is how it is with everyone.
A lot of wrong questions also. Did you have like wrong questions in sociology and psychology also?
Not really, but in applied maths I did. Some questions where the comma was placed after ones and tens, so you really don't know.
Yeah, that grammatical errors, we had grammatical errors in our English paper also. That was the funniest part of it all. Okay, now let's move on to the most important and the last part of our segment. What tips do you have for the next batch?
So I'll just give one tip. I won't waste a lot of your time in some generic stuff. See, you just have like 1 week left for the exam, so do not focus upon doing something new right now. Just go through what you already know, just brush up the topics, and please remember there will be something that you do not expect happening on that day. Just remain calm. If you feel something is not going right, some technical issue or whatever it is, just breathe through it, I guess, and the only way out is through.
Okay, I think that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much, Srcc, for your valuable time and invaluable advice.
My pleasure, guys.
Looking forward to seeing you all on campus soon.